I was pro-nuclear by definition, because I was working on nuclear and explaining nuclear, and then I was against nuclear.
Why?
Because of the danger, clearly. And also the type of society linked with the use of this energy, which is perfect for France. It's a very centralized country with a very powerful state, and it's bad. I was a physicist by training. I went to the Atomic Energy Commission after school because at this time my teacher said it was a very good place for research. And I went in the nuclear physics for neutronics, physics of nuclear reactors. And I spent, 10 to 12 years working in this field without asking questions on safety or waste or whatever. It was interesting, and it was the interpretation of experiences, etc. And began to change after May 68.
We remember the moment when you realized the first time it's something wrong with that?
Yes, precisely, because in 1974, there was this story of launching a very large nuclear program in France, and the union, we realized that all the members didn't know what the others were doing. I was in my office with calculation, others were working in the factories with plutonium and waste, and so the team wrote a book on nuclear energy, which was the unique book in France, and not against nuclear, but really explaining. And I was in charge of the technical part and nuclear safety. And this, working 1 year on nuclear safety issues, I was convinced that it was not acceptable.
Could you describe the reality of danger of nuclear power?
There are two levels. One is even if the reactors are running perfectly, no problem. You cannot avoid to produce waste, which are very dangerous, radioactive waste, for millennia. And you don't know what to do with them. And this is one of the main reasons to be against the use of nuclear energy for producing electricity. Second, you have accidents. At the beginning, they said that the probability of accident was so low that we can assume that there are no accidents. When we wrote this book, we described the possibility of accident, but it was not sure. It was a possibility. And then there were 3 Mile and Chernobyl and Fukushima. And now people say, well, even the authority for nuclear safety, they say, well, a very major accident is possible in Europe and in France, which changes everything, because if it's possible, it will happen. And it will happen, it's a catastrophe. And we have, in a country which is small compared to China or Russia or the United States, we have 19 nuclear plants and 78 reactors. And we know that if there is a major accident, it's a collapse for the country and all the people and many people. And that's why I think we have to go out of nuclear, clearly. And the third problem is the link between electricity power nuclear and military nuclear. And in France, as in other countries, in England or the United States, from the beginning, there is a link, close link between nuclear weapons and power plants. And the Atomic Energy Commission, for example, where I worked during the 60s, is both in charge of both weapons and nuclear plants. And which means that you have their rationality is the rationality of power, independently of the citizen, the population, whatever. And the waste is not a problem, the accident is not a problem, and it's unbearable.